Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me today. My name is Jordan, and I'm going to be leading you through a 30-minute beginner yoga. And this is a routine that would definitely be safe for anybody who's had trouble with yoga in the past just because of back pain. So a little bit more gentle yoga. And if you've done a lot of yoga before and you're a little bit more advanced, this would just be a great way to just tune in with your breath and find a little relaxation in your day as well. If you've never done yoga in the past, it'll be a nice slow pace for you. So hopefully you can keep up with everything when we're doing this. So I'm going to have you start today in what's called child's pose. So we're going to bring your toes together. Okay. Your knees are going to come as wide as you're able to. Usually about mat distance apart is good. But if you can't go that wide, that's okay too. You're going to press your hips back towards your heels, and then you're just going to release and relax those arms forward. You're going to hold this. And I want you to just stay in this child's pose here. And when you're in your child's pose today, I want you to think about your yoga breath. So when you're here, I want you to think about inhaling through your nose and filling up that rib cage, and then exhaling fully and completely. So what I want you to focus on for the whole class today, but right now, is really just thinking about getting deeper breaths, a little bit deeper into that belly, into the rib cage, rather than just your shallow day-to-day chest breathing. So focusing in on those breaths and try to clear that mind. We're going to keep holding this child's pose, but take and walk your hands over off to one side of the mat and hold it. Go ahead, walk it over to your other side and then hold. Go ahead and take it back to the center here. Then I'm going to have you press up to your hands and knees. We're going to line up shoulders over your wrists, hips over the knees. We're going to stretch out that low back by taking an inhale and looking up. Exhale, you're going to tuck your head and round your back. Inhale, look up. Exhale, tuck your head, round your back. Again, inhale, look up, let that belly fall down. Exhale, tuck your head, round your back. All right, we're going to come to neutral spine now. We're going to keep those hips up in the air. We're going to go into that child's pose again. So you're going to reach those arms forward. So just letting yourself fold down to the mat, but keep your hips up. You're going to shift yourself forward onto that belly. You're down on those forearms and just gently press yourself up right here. This is called the baby cobra. Getting a really just nice, easy, gentle stretch in that low back. Holding right here and breathing. Good. Go ahead and press back up again. And we're going to go ahead and keep those hips up. And we're going to go back into that child's pose position. And shift that weight forward. Baby cobra. All right. And then we're going to press back here once again. All right, press back up out of this. We're going to come to those hands and toes, and we're going to press those hips up towards the ceiling into a downward dog. From here, I want you to go ahead and pedal those feet out. So you're bending one knee, straightening the other, and you're just switching back and forth here at your own pace. Good, pressing both feet down. We're going to come into what's called a warrior one. So you're going to step your right foot in between those hands. You might have to, if you're not able to get it all the way through, you might have to kind of help that leg along, okay? Then I'm going to rotate that back heel down towards the ground. Arms are going to come up, just like this. Front knee is bent, shoulders relaxed, and breathing. Taking those nice deep breaths just like we did in the beginning. Take those hands back down to the mat. Step that right foot back to meet your left foot into your downward dog. Now we're stepping that left foot through between your hands and rotate that back heel down to the ground. Arms reach up here. Warrior one now on this side. Good, nice deep breaths. We're going to take those hands back down to the mat. Step that foot back and hold it here. We're going to take it back down to your hands and knees. Deep breath in, look up. Exhale, round your back. Tuck your head. One more time, inhale. And exhale right here. Come to that neutral again. We're going to go back to that downward dog. We're going to step that right foot through between your hands here once again. Rotate that back heel down to the mat. Arms up, warrior one. We're going to open up those arms now to warrior two. So arms out to the side. Make sure we're continuing to bend this front knee. Good. We're going to take those hands back down to the mat. We're going to step that right foot back, lift your hips up, press those heels down and hold it here into your downward dog. We're going to step that left foot through now between your hands. Rotate that back heel down. Reach those arms up. Warrior one. We're going to take and open those arms this direction now. We're into that warrior two. Hold it here. We're taking those hands back down to the mat here once again. We're stepping it back, downward dog. And we're dropping it down to those hands and knees here. Inhaling and looking up. Exhale, round your back. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. All right, coming to that neutral flat back again. We're going to repeat and go into your downward dog. We're stepping that right foot through between your hands. Rotate that back heel down to the ground. Reach your arms up. Warrior one. Opening those arms up. Warrior two. Reaching those arms nice and strong here in both directions. We're going to go into a reverse warrior. So taking that front arm, reaching it up and looking up towards the ceiling, and hold it. We're going to rotate those hands back down to the mat just like this. We're going to step that right foot back and downward dog. That left foot is going to come through now between your hands. Rotate that back heel down to the ground. Reach your arms up, warrior one. Arms open out to the sides here, reaching in both directions. Warrior two. Front arm comes up, reverse warrior. And rotate those hands back down to the mat once again. Step your foot back. We're into your downward dog. And we're going to press back now to a child's pose. So toes together, knees wide. Press your hips back. Taking a few deep breaths. All right, nice job. Go ahead and flip over onto your back. We're going to go into a bridge pose here. So you're going to plant those feet flat on the ground. Feet are about hip distance apart. I want you to reach out and make sure that you can feel your heels. If not, walk your feet in a little bit closer towards you. From here, we're going to go ahead and press those hips up towards the ceiling. Just like that, and hold it. Nice and easy. Now just a very subtle movement, nice and slow. You're going to lower your hips down just a little bit here. And extend back up. You're going to inhale, lower down. Exhale, press your hips back up. Again, inhale, lower down. Exhale, press it up. One more time, inhale. Exhale, press it back up. Hold it there. Slowly lower yourself all the way back down to the mat. You're going to pull your knees into your chest and hold. We're going to plant both feet down on the ground now, and we're going to be going into a figure 4 stretch. So you're going to cross your right ankle over your left leg. You have that knee open here nice and wide. And if you're already feeling a good deep stretch, you can just stay here. If you feel like you could deepen the stretch at all, what I want you to do is lift that left foot off the mat and start to pull that leg in a little bit closer. And just hold it, keeping that knee wide and open. All right, very good. Go ahead and release that. Both feet come back down to the mat. We're going to switch up to your other side, crossing that left ankle over the right leg now. Again, you can stay here if you're already feeling that stretch, or you can lift that right foot off the mat and pull those legs in a little bit closer towards you. Good, nice job. Go ahead and release that. Feet are planted down on the ground. Now we're going to take that right leg and extend it straight up towards the ceiling. We're going to reach behind your leg here. You're going to either reach onto your hamstring or your calf, depending upon your hamstring flexibility. What I want you to avoid, though, is reaching right behind your knee, because what that's going to do is cause your knee to bend. And we want to try to keep that leg as straight as we can. Then what you're doing is just gently pulling that leg towards you. You should feel a stretch right across the back side of your leg here on this one. We're going to keep holding, but you're going to extend your left leg straight down on the mat now. Now we're going to grab onto the outside of that knee with your left hand. You'll pull your leg just really gently across your body, just as far as you can, depending upon how this feels for the low back. And you're just going to extend that arm out to your side, and I want you to just gently turn your head and look away from the direction of your stretch. So you're turning and looking over that right shoulder. Just nice, easy, gentle stretch here. Don't crank too much on that back. Very good. Go ahead, release that. We'll plant both feet down on the ground. Now we're going to lift that left leg straight up towards the ceiling. All right. Leg is straight. You're going to reach behind your leg, either hamstring or calf, depending upon your hamstring flexibility. Keep holding this, straighten that right leg out. And now grabbing onto the outside of that knee, you're going to go ahead and pull that leg just very gently across your body. You're going to go ahead and turn your head and look over your left shoulder. All right, you can go ahead and release that. We're going to go ahead and flip over onto your stomach gently here. We're going to press up to those forearms into that baby cobra, just giving a nice gentle stretch in that low back, looking up. We're going to take yourself back to a downward dog again. Now we're going to step that right foot through between your hands. Now I'll have you drop that back knee down to the ground. Make sure that your knee is behind your toes here on this one. We're going to take both hands to the inside of your foot for a runner's lunge to stretch out those hip flexors. We're going to carefully come out of this. Take it back to your downward dog so that we can switch over to that other side now. Left foot swings through between your hands. Adjust that foot as needed. Take both hands to the inside of your foot and hold this stretch. We're going to go ahead and step your left foot back. We're going to come into that tabletop position here. All right, we want to have that back nice and flat. We're going to go into a bird dog is what it's called. So you're extending your opposite arm and leg out slowly. Hold it a few seconds. Take it down and switch sides. Just at your own pace here. Good. Let's go with one more on each side. Extend it out. Take it down. One more time, extend out. And take it down. Very good. Let's step it back and push those hips up. We've got that downward dog once again. We're going to go into a pigeon stretch next. So you're going to take that right leg, swing it through here. You're bending that right knee, extending your left leg back behind you. So again, right knee is bent, okay? And then if you're able to, depending upon your flexibility, you can try to just relax down to those forearms. And we're just holding this stretch here. All right, we're pushing back up to those hands, and we're going to take it back to your downward dog and reset yourself here. We're going to do that exact same thing now on your other side. So getting yourself into position. Once you're getting that good deep stretch, you can go ahead and relax down to your forearms. We're going to very carefully come out of this and swing that leg around, and we're going to lower down onto your back now. All right, I'm going to have you pull your right knee into your chest. Give that a quick little stretch. And switch. Good, and one more time each side. Hug it in. Excellent, and switch it up. Pulling both knees into your chest. You can just gently rock side to side, massage out that spine a little bit here. All right, very good. You're going to extend both legs straight down on your mat. Arms are going to come just down along by your sides. I'm going to invite you to go ahead and close your eyes. We're going to come back into that deep conscious breathing just like we started your class with today, started your practice with. So you're inhaling, filling up your nose, filling up the rib cage, and you're exhaling all that air out. All right, taking your time here. You can go ahead and pull those knees into the chest once again. Give a little movement side to side, rock it out. Make some circles here. Massaging out that low back. And then take your time when we're ready. We're going to go ahead and come up to a seated position. We're sitting up nice and tall. Shoulders relaxed. You're going to tip your head off to one side and stretch out that neck. Go ahead and switch it up. Other direction. Very good. Go ahead, release that. We're going to inhale both arms up. Exhale, take your hand down to your side. Just nice, easy, gentle side stretch. Good. Inhale and reach up. Exhale, switch it over, other side. Good. Inhale and reach up. Exhale. One more time here all together. Inhale, reach those arms up. And exhale. All right. Thanks for joining me today, everybody.